Hi, everyone. Welcome to Tuesday Talk Shine Your Light. Shari Hembry here, author of Journey of the Lightworker. I have a very special guest today, Dee Wallace. Dee and I met a few years ago in Fort Lauderdale at the Reignite Your Light conference. She was one of the guest speakers, and she really rocked the audience with her energy. Her lively presentation talked about how you are a powerful creator and that we don't have to struggle to create anything. We'll talk more about these concepts today, but first I'd love to share a little bit about Dee's background. Dee Wallace is an internationally known actress with 250 film credits, 6 series, and over 400 commercials. She is best known for her role as the mother in Steven Spielberg's movie E.T. She has also appeared on every major network and talk show, including Oprah and The Today Show. Dee earned her teaching credentials from the University of Kansas and has worked as a teacher in the public school system and has also had her own dance and acting studios. She expanded her love of teaching into daily sessions, a radio show, and 5 books. Her work is based on the principles of accepting responsibility and loving ourselves early in life to create the life we desire. Dee has an important message we'll talk about today. Love yourself beyond anyone or anything else. She has authored 5 books on the subject of self-creation, and they are titled Conscious Creation, The Big E, Bright Light, Getting Stuff, and Wake Up Now. She conducts live call-in internet radio show each Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific and offers monthly webinars. She also does private sessions from her home in California via phone or in person, and I have personally done these with Dee, and they are amazing. They're so incredibly helpful. I'm very excited to have her here today. Welcome to the show, Dee. How are you doing?
I am doing great, and it's great to be here.
Oh, thank you so much. I'd love for you to start off maybe telling the audience just a little bit about your background, maybe where you were born, where did you grow up, and if there's any obstacle in life that you've overcome that you'd like to share with the audience.
Well, I was born. I overcame that one in Kansas City, Kansas.
There you go.
Very poor family.
Okay.
Most of my life we lived with my grandma, and my father was most of my life a severe alcoholic.
Okay.
Ended up committing suicide.
Okay.
So there's a couple of obstacles I've overcome.
Yes.
There. I earned my teaching degree at the University of Kansas with a minor in psychology and taught school, and then decided if I wanted to be the actress I wanted to be, I better leave Kansas. So I went to New York. And I was there 2 years and then danced my way across America as a Kugel peanut to arrive in Los Angeles and stay a few weeks and decided this is where I probably should be for my career. And the rest is kind of history.
Yeah, yeah. And one of your concepts that I love is you say we are powerful creators and that we don't have to struggle to create anything. And I know that often I have a tendency to want to struggle. Tell us a little bit more about these concepts and how did you discover them?
Well, I'm a clairaudient channel. So my channel is consistently and constantly giving me updated information. But struggle actually pushes creation away. Okay. So our brain thinks in pictures. My work combines spirituality and brain science and religion, all of which are saying the same thing, by the way. I'm convinced that Christ was teaching brain science with the only language they had back then. But your brain thinks in pictures. So if you are struggling to achieve something, your brain will see the struggle and you will attract more struggle to you.
Yeah.
Basically, the power of the frequency of love, if you can bring love into all of your creation, you will find that you summon what you want to you. Now, that's not saying you don't take steps.
Right.
You don't do the work, but you do the work from an inspired place of knowing,
Right.
instead of an uninspired place of doubt and struggle.
Yes. Yes.
Whole different world.
I love that. And I so often have to remind myself, don't struggle. It's like I just naturally have gotten in a habit of it sometimes, I think, throughout my life.
We're taught from the time we can understand anything that you have to struggle to get what you want.
Right.
I mean, it's part of our DNA, really.
Yeah.
And so I would suggest to you that you don't say don't struggle, because when you say don't struggle, your brain sees struggle.
Right.
Like a 2-year-old, if you say don't touch the TV, he'll look at you and smile and go right over and touch that TV, because that's what he sees.
Yeah.
So the opposite of struggle for you would be what?
Do something with ease.
Okay. So I'm creating with ease and joy.
Yeah.
Instead of don't struggle. You can even feel the difference in that, right?
Ease feels good. Yeah. Yeah. And you have a wonderful motto that I wanted to share in a little more detail. You say, love yourself beyond anyone or anything else. Love yourself so much that you can't do anything that doesn't make you love yourself more. Yeah. So talk a little bit more about how love can change our lives. You were kind of touching on that.
Well, spirituality and religion and brain science all say think only on these things. Yeah. Love is the most powerful frequency we have to work with. Right. And yet we still equate love as some namby-pamby little, oh, I'm in love, right? Yeah. As opposed to, I am the state of love. Yeah. And I am creating everything from the state and the frequency of love that I am. So you're not trying to get money to be happy. You're not trying to find a significant other to be happy. You're not trying to get somebody to do something to be happy. You come from the state of joy and love and happiness, which is your frequency. And science will tell you, when you shift your frequencies, all frequencies around you will shift. Right. And you will start attracting to you what you are.
Absolutely. And that's such an important concept to remember. One of the other things that you talk about that was new to me, and it was so simple, but yet so profound, is you talk about claiming what we want in life.
Yes.
And talk a little bit more about that concept, because I found it just fascinating.
Well, again, everything is energy. We learned that in 5th grade. Energy has always been here. Energy will always be here. And energy must have a direction, or it will find its own direction from anything, from a fear, from a limiting belief, from the TV, from what somebody says to you that can be a limitation of any kind. So a lot of people know about affirmations.
Right.
I don't address these as affirmations. let me tell you, I was on my treadmill for a year going, I'm a happy, successful working actress. And the only thing that changed was my butt. So I look at it more as I am the God of me. Nobody can think a thought for me or feel a feeling for me or hold a perspective for me. That makes me my own creator. I have to choose those things. They don't just happen. I can choose them, and I can choose to redirect the energy of my thoughts toward what is going to give me more of what I want.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I call it claiming or directing or commanding.
Okay.
Now, in the good book, it says ask and ye receive.
Right.
What most people don't understand is the Bible was written in Hebrew. And in the original Hebrew, ask means claim or demand.
Okay.
So not, oh gosh, could I have this, please?
Yes.
And if I'm worthy, will you deliver this to me? It says, no, this will be delivered to me now.
Okay.
And then the energy of the universe can work with you and bring to you the things that you are desiring.
Right.
What happens with most of us is that we have conflicting thoughts going on. Like, oh, I really want to be successful, but I shouldn't make too much money because God won't love me then.
Yeah.
That was mine. I mean, I come from a good old religious Midwestern Methodist family, right? And I was told over and over again, Dee Dee, you don't need more than you need. And it took me till I was 31 to figure out I needed to go to Hawaii every year because it made me happy.
There you go. And you deserve it.
Absolutely. I love, that's the other thing I want to make sure everybody understands, Shari, is whatever you want, you better love it.
Yeah.
And most of us are trying to get money.
Right.
And we don't like money because we don't have money. So we're judging money. And we're going, well, you know, if I only had blah, blah, well, you're pushing it away from you. Who do you want to be with, right? And who do you want to give everything to? The people you love. Well, the universe is the same way.
Yep.
So the more you love success and the more you love money, knowing that your consciousness is in charge of choosing what you do with that money. I help so many people in my family. I give to so many charities that are important to me. I do good things with my money, but you know what? I do good things for me too.
Absolutely.
With my money because I love me.
Yeah. Yeah. I love all those concepts. And you're exactly right. We have to like feel into the positive aspects of what it is we want, but also almost like you said, make a statement that we expect something to happen, not from a fear-based perspective, but because we're stepping into it and moving forward and we want it, we're demanding it, but from a place of love, you know, from a good place of all the things that you can do. Like money's a great example, how you can donate to charities and you help other people and you should be rewarded for the time that you are offering other people and help and advice and all that sort of thing, you know, so definitely. And one other thing you talked about too was the use of like I am statements instead of affirmations. Tell me a little bit more about how that might help someone to create that more concrete, you know, expectation of what it is they want.
Well, again, back to the good book, God said, I am that I am. In other words, I have to say I'm God. I have to define myself as who I am. and then I am that. So most of us, again, get up and go, oh, I'm so tired. And we wonder why we get more tired.
Right.
That is a definition that you are directing the energy of you to follow.
Yeah.
So I get up every day and I go, I am aging younger every day. Do you know people actually use almost those exact words to me? It's crazy.
I
My
love
God,
it.
you look like you're aging younger, right? I get up and I say, today, I am the God of me that knows. I know. In other words, I don't doubt.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Right.
I am the God of me that is creating money and abundance and awesome health and wellness
Yes.
in my life.
Yeah.
Right? Those tell the universe, come in and create these things with me now.
Right. Yes. I do think you're right. We do need to believe ahead of time what it is we're attracting, even if we may not have it exactly in our life right now. So I think
that's the point.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to direct it and then it comes.
Right.
Most of us are waiting for it to come and go,
Now.
I must have done something right.
Yeah. But it's funny because business people have been using this technique for years and years and years to be successful. Like a business person sets a goal and a clear vision of what they want and an expectation, and they think, you know what, I am going to be that millionaire, whatever it is they're desiring, to do in their business. And then they step forward and they step into it. So it's the same, exact concept, I think, that has just been used in a little bit, different manner. But obviously,
I would suggest everybody say, I'm creating it now.
Yeah.
Because if you inadvertently look at your creation in the future,
right,
when you get to the future, it has to move further into the future.
Yeah.
So the moment you're creating in is this moment right now.
Right.
This present moment is where you're creating everything.
Right. Yes. And you've written 5 really amazing books, as we had mentioned a little bit earlier: Conscious Creation, The Big E, Bright Light, Getting Stuff, and Wake Up Now. And I think you have a brand new book coming out too here pretty hopefully soon.
I do. I'm in discussions with a publisher right now.
Oh, wonderful.
Because over 40 years of teaching workshops and doing private sessions, I have a huge community all over the world. And what I realize is that they hear it, they read it, they study it, but they don't live it.
Right. Yeah.
And if you don't insist that you live it, and it's easy, it's really easy. I'll give you the easiest exercise that my channel has given us. So I teach everybody to find your love place. And your love place is anything that makes you smile and opens your heart at the minute you think about it. I go to my dog Freedom, or my favorite place in Hawaii, or my daughter when she was a baby. So everybody just take a moment and find your love place and go into your heart. You know where that is. And feel that love. And then just see the word money. You see, your subconscious in the universe knows everything you want around money. And that simple exercise just sees money from the state of love. So you don't get involved with, well, yeah, but how am I going to? And, well, it doesn't make any sense that, and, well, I don't have any contacts to. And that's what's going to kill you in your creation process.
Yeah.
And, this came in during my really big training about a month ago. And many of us are having quite amazing results from, you can even go to your left place, see the world, and just see the word peace.
Okay. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you do private sessions, which I've done with you, and they're so amazing. They're just so, I think it's, pretty targeted, maybe 30 minutes of time from what I remember. And talk a little bit more about how someone could benefit from a private session and like different things that you might help people with, or maybe you have helped people with in the past, because I think the audience would find that very.
My strength is being able to look into your energy and find patterns or belief systems that keep creating you stuck and not getting what you want.
Okay.
And the channel will give us statements or things that you need to bring into alignment for you to get what you want. So, I mean, I have to say I've never known my channel to be wrong. And over 40 years, that's a pretty big statement.
Yeah.
And I think the power of the work is that it's tough love. And it's boom, 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 boom. Here it is. I have so many people tell me, oh my God, I've been in therapy for 20 years. I never got to this. They had a lady just the other day, and she couldn't understand why this was going on in her business. And it all tied back into what happened with her father when she was 3.
Right.
And that's another thing I want people to know. If you really want to see where your blocks are and what walls you're hitting, go back and look at your life between conception and 8 years old.
Right.
Our brains, around how we see ourselves, how we see the world, and how we see the world seeing us, locked in by 8 years old.
Yeah.
So whatever was verbally taught to you or told you or modeled to you by your parents, you have built belief systems around that, positive or negative, that are creating your life right now.
Yes.
So if you're looking to create a relationship, look at the relationships you witnessed when you were young. This is why so many people, it's a big joke that a woman looking for a mate keeps marrying the same man over and over and over again. They just look different. That's why.
Yeah.
Because those belief systems and patterns are still running the show.
Absolutely. And I know that the session I had with you was very helpful, and it definitely went back to some early things in my childhood, because I have a very similar childhood to you. And it's funny when you recognize those patterns, it's so easy to start saying, okay, you know what, when that comes up again, I'm not allowing that in my life anymore. That's in the past. I'm not that same person. I deserve so much more. And then, in relationships, as you said, we definitely want to look for someone that is complementary to us, versus.
Well, and you want to be clear about what you want.
Yeah.
So I'm a big believer, as science is, in sitting down and making out a list.
Yes.
Because I'll tell you, I work with people every day, and I'll go, well, okay, what do you want? Well, if you want to create something, you should be able to, this is what I want.
Yes.
For all the attributes. I was working on something in my career the other day, and I made a list, and the channel said, no, you left something out.
Oh.
and I went to my sheets, and it was that I had the right to bring in my creative voice wherever I worked, that I was respected for my creative voice, because it's pretty, well, in TV, you're not expected to come in with your creative voice anymore.
Yeah.
And so if I'm going to create a series for myself, I have to be sure I summon in exactly what's in alignment with what I want. But I can't do that if I'm not clear about what I want. So like if you're creating a mate, don't forget good health.
Yes.
Don't forget financially stable.
Yeah.
And if you're me, don't forget a good sex life. You know, you have to be clear.
Yeah. Yeah. I very much agree. I did make a list, like you suggested, of all the different qualities, attributes, and yeah, it's amazing. Once you know what you want, then you can attract it. It's having that.
It literally comes to you, guys.
Yeah.
In the weirdest way. So be open for all possibilities, because it ain't going to look probably like you thought it was going to look. You know?
Very, very true. And if folks would like to get in touch with you to learn more about your upcoming book that's going to be coming out, and maybe private sessions and other things that you offer, is your website the best place for them to?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Everything at IamDeeWallace.com.
And I am flashing that right now so the audience can see.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I do have a great deal. If
Okay.
A lot of people find it very valuable to have the consistency of working one-on-one for a while.
Yeah.
So you can sign up for a year's privates for only $100 a session.
Oh, that's great, actually. I would love to tell the audience it would be the best money that you've ever spent. As you mentioned, you can go to therapy and spend years and years trying to uncover, what the issue is, and maybe, do something different. But this is so much more directed, to the point, actionable, and you start to see results, much more quickly. So, yeah.
And so much therapy focuses on all the drama and gurging up all stuff, which, what does that do to your brain? Makes it focus more on that, and creates more, I believe, creates more of the trauma.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So, well, Dee, it has been an amazing pleasure to have you on the show today. I know everyone has enjoyed your advice. They're definitely going to check out your website. I highly encourage anyone seeking advice or a different way to look at life to do one of your privates, because it can be very life-changing. Thank you so much. And everyone out there, I would like you to shine your light out in the world this week, because we need you.
Yeah, we do.
Namaste, everybody.
Thank you, Shari. Much love.
Much love.